What's up, this your boy Super Mario 1990 coming at you with Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. That is a mouthful. That is honestly that's a stupid title. It should have just been called the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition. That's still a mouthful too, but the other one just has too many thes. It's just weird. But we finally getting an update version of the trilogy. It's been ported so many different times. Like I have it like I have the PS2 discs, right? The trilogy that was all boxed up. I played it on the PS3. I've had the PS4 ports that are like via the PS2 classics. That's it's a digital library. I have them on iOS. So they've been ported so many different times, and the ports actually have been removed just last week to make room for this new trilogy. So it's gonna be on PS4, PS5. It's gonna be on all the major consoles right now. I think even Switch is having it too, PC, and then it's gonna be on iOS and Android sometime next year. I think they said the first half of 2022, which would be interesting to see how it's gonna look on there. My concern is the graphics. How much of an upgrade are we going to see with the graphics? I really wanted like a Grand Theft Auto 4 kind of look to it. It's nice because we are going to get Grand Theft Auto 5 controls. That's really nice because I do love playing these old school games. But that's like the only thing when I go back and play them, I'm like, man, these controls are just so archaic. It's kind of funny because at the time there was no complaints because that's how games were played. Holding the X button to drive and accelerate. That's just how it was back then. Now it's like the trigger. I remember the first game I played was True Crime He's a Valet, where you had to drive holding the trigger button, and I'm like, this is stupid. Who does that? Like, no one does that. And I played it, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually kind of nice. More games should do it like that, and now it's the norm. So it's kind of funny to see Grand Theft Auto actually embrace that norm, giving us these Grand Theft Auto 5 controls. It's going to be more modern. It's going to be way better to play now. And I think it's going to be like less difficult because that's the only thing. It's like I really want to play these games, and I do. I play them from time to time, and I love them. It's good for nostalgia. But when I get to those controls, it's like, man, it's hard to adjust to these old controls because things are just so different now. And it's also the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3, which obviously Grand Theft Auto 3, man, just revolutionized the way open world games were made. It created the whole open world genre. The games before did really good too, but I think Grand Theft Auto 3 really opened it up, and it was to the point where it's like people were like, man, more games to be made like this. And now it's crazy because now you fast forward to today, everybody named Mama making an open world game, and it's to the point now where it's like, okay, we're getting too much because now it's starting to look the same. Open worlds are just like too big for no reason because there's not much to do. The world is very dense. It's very repetitive. It's like after a while, it's like, okay, I'm doing the same things just in a different part of the map. It's kind of just a little too repetitive. So it's nice to see these OG games that really started it and really did a great job with the genre, which of course are the originators, Rockstar, with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy right here that we're about to get. It's fun to see that actually make a comeback and make a comeback in a modern way. My biggest thing is I really want to see what these graphics look like. It's nice that we're going to get new controls, new modern day controls. I really wanted modern day Grand Theft Auto 4 graphics. We'll see if we get that. I remember they said they were trying to modernize the game, but still give it that, original look. And I was kind of like, ooh, that sounds like you're doing the port, but you're just gonna like just upgrade and upscale it. I don't know. We'll see though how deep they went. So we're gonna check out this trailer, and I'm gonna give y'all my impressions afterwards. Here we go, y'all. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition.
ID 18.
Sometimes I just feel worthless. Like everything's my fault. But
Did you see the one with Mystery Apartment Girl?
She feels a breeze coming from behind the medicine cabinet, so she looks behind it, and guess what she... ID 18. Hello? I got a little job for you, pal.
I got a triangle.
Stay back to the big and quiet now.
That trail.
I'm glad to see things back the way they used to be.
Okay, nice and crisp. Oh, that looks really good. And that's Grand Theft Auto 3.
With the coyote and chicken coop, huh?
Like I said, he looks more colorful.
Yeah.
That's slick.
He's ratting us out. Kill him. It's
T, haven't you ever seen a movie?
Oh, that looked real nice.
Say it like it's a bad thing.
All you got to do is follow the train, CJ. We get a real short trailer. I mean, not much to look at because everybody played these games by now. Okay, it looks pretty good. It's not exactly Grand Theft Auto 4 like I expected, but it is more of an upgrade than what I thought it was gonna be. Hearing Rockstar's statement, so it actually looks pretty good. It's coming out November 11th. I was hearing rumors of like regular pricing, like I think $70 for next gen, which I'm assuming would equate to $60 for current gen PS4 and Xbox One and all of that. A little steep. I understand they changed the game and everything. That's cool, but man, these games is like 20 years old and a little less. But it's looking pretty good. I can't wait to play it. I will not get it for full price though, but because I played these games a million times. But it's really nice to have a modernized feel. Sort of, I wouldn't say a modern look. It's definitely not a modern look, but it is a fresh look, a nice, fresh coat of paint, which is pretty good. I think it'll get the job done. I don't know how many people are gonna buy this day one. Maybe if you're like, you wanted to play these games but never did, and you were like pretty much weren't around back then at that time. Like me, I mean, I was a kid. I was like when the first 3 was made. When 3 was made. 2001, I was 11. So, and I think I didn't play it till I was like 13, 14. My brother actually had it. I was playing my brother's copies. He had them on Xbox. I had a GameCube at the time, so I had no access to Grand Theft Auto at all. So I was playing his copies, and then he got San Andreas. I was playing his San Andreas. So I was always playing off of him. But when I got my PS3, I was so happy. I bought the PS2, Trilogy. I was like, cool, I got them now, and I got Grand Theft Auto 4. What's good, yo? But now, seeing it like this, it's really cool. It's nice. I'm gonna get it definitely. I want to get it on my PS4 and on iOS as well. iOS, of course, we gotta see what that looks like. I'm pretty sure it'll look similar to what they're showing us here, because it's not like a lot of deep improvements that mobile can't handle. It doesn't seem like to me. I don't know how the controls would be as far as touch, but because we have that whole DualShock 4 iOS compatibility that I've been messing around with a lot, I'm just gonna play it on my controller. Really, I'll just like play it on my iPad with my DualShock 4, and I'll be good. So it'll be nice to have those new fresh controls just on my pad while I'm just like chilling or whatever, and then just play it on the big screen on the PS4. Holding R2 to drive, that's like the biggest thing for me. Like that'll be the biggest upgrade. I'm pretty sure the shooting will work the same way, kind of like holding the aim button and then holding the trigger button to shoot. Which Grand Theft Auto back then, you had to hold one of those buttons and press a face button, which was it wasn't weird because Metal Gear Solid is my favorite franchise of all time, and they did it like that. So it kind of was like, oh, that's kind of normal. That's how they do it. But it's nice to actually kind of switch it. I wonder if we're going to get manual aim across all games, because San Andreas did that, but 3 and Vice City didn't. I wonder if it's still going to be the auto aim thing, or are they going to change that up too? I don't quite know. It would be nice if Claude and Tommy Vercetti could swim, but I don't think they're going to do that because that always pissed me off. CJ was the first character. San Andreas is my favorite Grand Theft Auto of all time, still to this day. And CJ was the first one that can actually swim and can swim underwater. Claude and Tommy pissed me off because they just touch water and they die. It was like the kryptonite. It was like, I'm like, I don't know if the water is like polluted or what, but it's like, what makes you die at the like touch of water? Like they don't even drown. They just get in the body of water and then they die instantly. I'm like, what is that about? I'm surprised they survived the rain, but it's like when they jump in the water, they just die. I'm like, what is this about? Y'all can't swim? What's going on? But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. The trailer actually looks pretty good. It actually went above my expectations. It didn't reach my wish though. Like I wish they would have did Grand Theft Auto 4. Like we've seen, if you've seen those YouTube videos where they modded the graphics, it would have been nice if they actually had it look like that. That would have been nice. But it is what it is. Still looks pretty good. I'll definitely check it out. if it's gonna be regular price, honestly, just want to spend like $20 on this, no more than that. Honestly, 30 at the most. I give them half off, because these were a big part of my childhood. I love these games. Like I said, San Andreas, still to this day, my top favorite. Just all the activities you can do with the characters, Grove Street families. It reminded me of like the urban gangster films I grew up off of in the 90s, like Boys in the Hood, Men's Society, all that. And yeah, man, can't wait to experience these again. I'm actually gonna just like start playing the other ones, my original trilogy that I got, just kind of to fill the void and fill the time till these come out, until when I actually get one, at a cheaper price. But yeah, man, this is your boy Super Mario 1990. Let me know how y'all feeling about this particular version of the trilogy, this particular update. Are you happy about it? Do you wish it was better? I wish it did look better. I wish it looked more like Grand Theft Auto 4, but it does look really good. It does look better than the original port. No one can say that it doesn't. It does that. I just wish it would have did it a little better, but oh well. Maybe they didn't have the resources or the money to do that. But well, nah, it's Rockstar. They definitely got that. They just didn't want to, I guess. Maybe they make it room for Grand Theft Auto 6 for 2040, whenever that comes out. But and it's your boy Super Mario 1990. Let me know what your favorite Grand Theft Auto was out of this trilogy. Like I said, mine was San Andreas. But yeah, man, it's your boy Super Mario 1990, and I'm out. Peace in.